Hello, hello, hello. I'm Donna Reiners, and we are Be Stronger Longer, and we are part of the group called Evolve. This is Marci Preble, and she is our upline, and she is a trainer and has a training center where I get all our information from to help you focus and to help you move forward. So if you want to grow or you want to learn, we're here to serve you in that way. Marci is like a mentor to me, and I'm very new in network marketing last 2 years. And for some reason, I caught on fast because I didn't know I was made for it and it was made for me. So this might be an industry made for you too. You won't know unless you reach all the obstacles that tell you not to do it, and you keep moving forward and you wake up and realize, hey, I can do this and this is fun. So I challenge you not to give in to the thoughts and ideas that you're not successful and you're not able, or you're not capable, or it's not fiery, or there's not an anointing on it. That's not really truth. Real growth actually takes work. And it doesn't mean you have to strive. Oh my gosh, like the gym, you're trying to put 300 pounds, but you only can do 5. It does mean there's a strategy to growth. And it means there's a way to grow. And there's a way to not be stressed out while you grow, so that you can make, every time you have a defeat, you can learn from it and get on your feet. And so we're here to answer question and answers. First thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to tell a quick testimonial. I'm going to tell mine quick, and then I'm going to basically turn it over to Marci. And so if you have questions, if you could please put them in the chat now instead of verbalizing it. Even if it's long, just put it in the chat now and write it down if you can. And then that way we can leverage all our time and get as much done as possible in the hour together. And so before COVID, my body shut down, and I won't go into all the details. I will one day. And in that year where I had to figure out what was wrong with me, medical doctors were not helpful, and holistic doctors were really not helpful, other than to run blood work for me to know that I wasn't dying. Now, I did have a voice inside that told me I could die, and not to go deep, but I'm deep. So here we go. I was actually the age that my mother had passed away when I was 18. And honestly, that year I was going through body memory. I had been triggered, and my whole body was beginning to basically go through what she had gone through when she was sick. And so that year was very sobering for me. I sat outside in the sun before COVID came, where I knew the sun was good for you, because there's a voice inside that leads you and guides you into truth if you'll listen and stop long enough to hear. And so as we were moving forward that year, figuring things out, I did get 2 injections of stem cells, one earlier in the year and one later in the year. And neither one really did what I felt like it was supposed to do, and didn't do what I wanted it to do, which I wanted it to basically make me feel like I wasn't dying. That's not what happened, though. And so now, 3 years later, I realized it's because my body was so full of inflammation that those stem cells were not even able to operate inside of me to do the work they were supposed to do. Plus, they were not pluripotent stem cells. They were the stem cells. They were just in my body to get my body moving, get my body regenerated enough to repair whatever was happening with me, so that I could basically live. But it did not address the issues that I had, which I thought were most important, which told me now, either A, they did not work, they weren't a fit for me, B, it was the inflammation, or C, they were addressing things within me that were deeper than the issues I thought I had, which was infections. So fast forward, someone at our church, Ann Sontag, handed me these patches and said, these activate your own stem cells. Well, that year, while I was sitting still and listening, and studying stem cells, we realized stem cells are they really are the holy grail, like Dr. Stacey says. They really are something that regenerates you in a way that nothing else can do. And this is why, because when you're born, you have the highest amount of stem cells you're ever going to have. And that's what created our bodies. And that's literally what repaired you so much when you were little and so quickly. But at 30, the number of stem cells goes to half. What's that mean? Your body starts repairing half as well. Aches and pains start. Things stop working exactly the way they're supposed to, even in the 30s. And then at 60, which is my age, guess what happens? Your body's only repairing 15, 20% tops, and that's without inflammation. And so as I realized those things, I thought, wow, the very stem cells that created my body, those stem cells, no matter who they're from or what's happening, those stem cells know the assignment. The assignment is to repair what they created. So those critical organs are what causes our bodies to go for fungal. So that year, as I started using these patches, in 10 days, I had my COVID taste back, my COVID smell back. I was like, wow, that's cool. I felt a real burst of joy, which was amazing considering I felt like I was going to die the year before. And then 40 days or so, I had a change in my skin, which is always exciting for us girls. And then month 5, I had a shift in my colon. I also had hormonal issues. My hormonal issues were so bad that I would do this just to keep from punching your lights out because I thought I was going to kill somebody. So I did this to keep myself from hurting you. And so by month 6, guess what was happening? I was no longer doing this because I just wanted to punch you. So something shifted in our hormones. I don't know what happened. I haven't been tested since then. And then 6 months later, I had another shift in my colon. So at the end of the day, my body began to repair inside so that my body could even receive the nutrients my body needed for my body to be what it needed to be to repair and rebuild my body on the inside. So now 2 years later, I'm using some things to help my stomach in some different ways, but guess what's happening? Now I'm going to the restroom on a regular basis, sometimes 3 times a day, which is miraculous for someone who did not go to the bathroom for 6 weeks once. So I'm telling you, this is a progressive journey. If you're looking for a one-stop shop, there is the one patch wonder. I was not it. I'm the progressive meal. And over time, my body is functioning the way it's supposed to function. And I'm sure there's still more to go. So I invite you and whoever watches this to go on a journey to watch your body repair long-term and not just, well, in 30 days, this isn't working. Well, of course it's working. It's working on something you're not clearly aware of. That's all. Anyway, I bless you. That's a snippet of my journey. And I thank you for coming. And this is Marci Preble. And Marci's going to share her story. And then we're going to open up for questions. Marci, thank you.
You know, Donna, what a story. I have never heard your full story.
Yeah.
That is a journey. And also, I love how you explained how the patches work. I mean, it was just so concise. It's like, of course we want our stem cells, right?
Yes.
Of course we want them to activate for ourselves and make all those changes. Like I got chills. So, you know, what I notice is that we all have different stories, but stem cells repair what we need. And we all need different things because with the aging process, different things break. And I did not know 6 weeks without going to the bathroom. Like that is like awful.
Most people would have been in the hospital.
You would have been awful.
But I'm like, no, you will work. So you do what you got to do to make it work. But that wasn't the answer for me.
No.
It was a short-term answer at that moment.
Gosh. So, you know, for me, you know, it wasn't the same as Donna, but it was breast cancer. And that was in 2017. And I was really sick. And I did about a year of heavy chemical treatment. And then a double mastectomy, just a lot, you know, just a lot of stuff. And just to have 6 months later, the cancer to come back under the skin. And that's when my friend, you had a friend. It's amazing how, thank goodness, someone cared enough about us to share.
I'm thankful for Aunt Sontag.
So
very
thankful. I'm so thankful that Dr. Rhonda Donahue came over to my house and gave me 10 of those. And, you know, you guys might have all seen these, but if you do share it with someone that hasn't yet, that's what it looks like. That is the X39 stem cell activation patch. And she told me, Marci, put this on. Just like Ann, just put it on. It's not hard. She goes, stick it on your skin. And I'm like, well, it's a Band-Aid. Are you kidding me? And she said, well, it's made out of organic crystal. And this organic crystal is a reflector of light, your own light. And Donna talked about that, but you put that on your skin, it reflects back your own light to activate this really important peptide, GHK copper peptide. Turns out that peptide acts like a telephone to your stem cells and tells your stem cells to start working again. And it was really interesting. I was kind of naive. You went and got those injections, right?
Yeah.
But so you were more educated. I wasn't. I didn't really know what stem cells were supposed to do. So I asked Doctor, why do I need to activate these? She said, what you did, because you're old. And then she said,
Thanks,
Thanks,
Rhonda.
Thanks, Rhonda. She said, you're old. And then I said, okay. And she goes, this will start making them work like you're young again. And why that's important. She goes, stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can literally march in your body, march, go to that inflammation.
That's right.
And then start turning into whatever cell you need right in that area to repair. And then it starts marching to the next place and to the next place. Well, I had a different area to repair than Donna, but my stem cells knew where to march first. And that's
right.
why I love when you said you can't always feel it, right away, because what if the stem cells are marching to an internal organ first and then to your colon?
That's right.
Or, you know what I mean? So I understood the march, and I understood I had a lot of repair.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, and she got me with this. She said, when you were 20, did you have gray hair? I said, no. She said, when you were 20, did you have wrinkles? I said, no. She said, when you were 20, did you have that chronic issue, breast cancer? And I said, no. And she goes, really all chronic health issues are just symptoms of aging. What if we could reverse that?
Because your body's not repairing.
Right. So what if we could reverse that with stem cells? What if, let's be honest, you were so right. By the time when you're a baby to age 30, it's all working great because you have your stem cells working. From 30 on, it goes downhill. What if we could just repair again like we're 20?
That's right.
Like, yay for me. I want that.
That's right.
So anyway, she got me with that. I put that patch on, and just like you, like boom, first 2 days, the taste of the chemo metal came out of my mouth.
Wow.
Chemo, I mean, of course it's toxic, but I didn't realize how much metal was in there until it all came pouring out of my mouth. 2 days of that. Poison. Yeah, poison was pouring out of my mouth. Day 5, my skin got soft. And I remember I was going to one of my friends, she's a compound pharmacist, and we were having lunch together. And I walk in, I go, hey, look at my feel. I remember going, feel right here, feel. It's all soft. And it was soft. My skin started getting soft. Collagen was repairing.
Because the poisons had impacted her skin from all the chemo.
Sure.
If you think about it, it dehydrates your body.
Oh, I was so dehydrated and bloaty. I was pretty ugly. But and then on day 10, crazy. And I love this because you said you hear a voice inside. And for me on day 10, it was like my emotional stability and my spiritual stability reconnected. And I heard, Marci, you're not done yet. Get working. God has a lot of work for you. So go share this. And I called up Rhonda and I said, I want to share this. And that was what?
Let me tell you something. Before this, Marci is what you would call a professional network marketer, which means she worked with companies that use direct sales, and that was her gift set. And so for her to go back to work didn't mean go work at this company or that company. It meant go back to work for herself in the industry she loves, which is network marketing.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I always think everybody knows that's what work means to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Who would know that? Yeah, I have been a professional network marketer for over a decade, but when I got sick, I lost my passion. I didn't want to talk to people anymore. I just wanted to sit in my chair and be depressed. And so for me to want to, I don't know if any of you have been in my trainings, but I'm big into making lists. And when you make lists, that's how you build a business. And I literally went and looked I literally went and bought me one of these, and I called Rhonda.
And do have a guest on it. It's not part of our any of us.
So I called Rhonda and I said, Rhonda, I want to make a list. Like, let's go to work again.
Yeah.
And so today, now we have about 50,000 people we've helped in 4 years. And I've been back in remission for 2 years. And I feel good, so it's like, have you ever felt like, when maybe you think God, like we know we're supposed to be here and have purpose, but maybe we didn't fulfill our purpose yet. And you just feel, I felt like, well, maybe it was my time. My purpose just didn't really get fulfilled this lifetime. And then all of a sudden God's like, no, I still got something for you.
You know what? It just dawned on me. Listen, first of all, none of this was planned. So we're not like, ooh, we have a script, but it dawns on me. The similarity that we have is that I thought I was dying that year when I was so sick. And then the next year when the patches came into my hand, listen, this isn't a recruiting call, just so you know, we're trying to get you to sign on. We're here to share. But that next year when I got those patches, my purpose came forth. And for me, it was I felt alive again. And I felt passion to help people understand that they didn't have to live defeated and they didn't have to feel sick because I felt well. So I just dawned on me, we kind of had a very similar emotional response. And so, we're also here to answer questions. We do have some coming in. Let's just see what happens. And then we'll just story tell like we're doing. Let's see. Remember also, we just want to make it clear, we are not here to treat, prescribe, cure. What's the other word? Diagnose. We're not here to offer any protocols for you. That is for your doctor to do, because this is how we live in this beautiful country we have, that we are not allowed to do that. So we will be remaining compliant and not using words that are not compliant. That being said, let's see what it says. Stem cells will repair what your body needs. Everyone's body needs different things. That is correct. And this is why, because her body and our body might have responded similarly, but I had the colon issue. She had a different issue. Okay, so it did differently, but yet we had a similar response, which is interesting. We both thought we were going to die. So what is the procedure for starting a diabetic on the patches, or what are the patches? Should they start on them, and how long should they wear them? For sharing with? Can I shoot on this one?
Please.
Okay. I start everyone, whether there is a something that has caused their doctor to believe they're going to die, or someone who just doesn't feel good, with 30 days of stem cell activation, 60 to 90 days of AEON, which is for inflammation, because inflammation is the root of all disease, saith the scientific people and the medical society. And then I have another patch that if they have pain, then we have something for pain. If they had an issue for years where they'd had surgeries or things, I would start them with carnosine in that time. And that's kind of what I would start them. And that is what I would do for that person starting out. And then in 5 weeks, we upgrade that person to more of the anti-inflammatory, see what they're doing physically, see how they're feeling. And then we continue to move forward, making sure that they know that they need to stay hydrated. And I help them stay on this photolight therapy until they see the benefits. Now, I can tell you privately, sometime we do have testimonials with people with diabetes that love the energy enhancer. The energy enhancer is brilliant for people that are dealing with sugar issues like that, glucose issues. I did use the word diabetic. So sorry. But we're not treating, curing, or doing anything with diabetes. These are glucose issues. Anyway, that's my thought.
The only thing I would add to that, and I totally agree, for sure, X39 and EON first stem cells, of course, are going to be activated, and EON reduces inflammation. And the reason those shots didn't work for you, when you did them, is because inflammation's an eater of stem cells. So she got all those injections, but who cares? Because inflammation was like Pac-Man eating it. So when you can reduce inflammation with EON, it turbocharges your stem cell repair. So I love that dynamic dual. The only other one I would add, and carnosine supports all your organs.
Yes, for long term.
Pancreas would be an organ. But what I just started wearing, and I just learned a lot about, is SP6. Did you know SP6 works on the hypothalamus gland, which is the controller of the sugars in your pancreas?
Oh.
And also the adrenal gland. And so it's really super amazing. So, and also digestion and hormone.
So 30 days of that along with the inflammation, or 60?
I would do X39, EON, carnosine, and SP6 for 90 days straight.
So and if you don't want to do all that one time, what you can do is do the inflammation with the SP6, and then we upgrade you to the gold. So that then you just continue to progress, and then we help you eventually experience another patch that's also for stem cell activation. So we do that, an ongoing thing to help you stair step into these beautiful patches. What is the next question?
And if money was an issue, you could start with X39 and EON for like 2 months, and then layer carnosine and SP6 next.
That's right, because it's a progressive journey. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And if you don't see things in 60 days, your body is working on what it needs to be working on. Don't think, well, this is not working. Don't have that attitude, guys. Be patient with your body. Let your body do what your body needs to do. You have resilience inside of you. Don't forget that. Let's see, when your body repairs, spiritual and emotional improvement follows. Yes. When I joined, can my hubby join under me? He needs stuff, and he is here with me, and his jaw dropped on the lot of the call. Well, hello, Miss Catherine. Nice to meet you and your husband. Say, wave at me. Hi. You know what? Of course. And this is what I would suggest. Hello.
Hello.
Why? Yeah, we got a shoulder showing. There we go. Nice to see you. What's your husband's name? Gonna write it down for me.
Okay, his name is Willie. My name is Catherine.
Okay, honey. So this is what I suggest. Number one, who invited you first?
Nichelle.
Awesome. Well, we work with Nichelle to help Nichelle. Nichelle is also doing this as a business along with sharing. So what I would suggest to you that if you want to do this as a business where you earn ongoing income and not just a one-stop shop, what I would do is, yes, of course, you can roll your husband under you or with you. Absolutely. But we'll work with you to determine, is there someone else in your community you'd like to reach to help you continue to grow that? Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, if that's like a pain for you, you don't have anything to do with that, what we can do is we can enroll him, of course, and Nichelle can help you sort out like a referral fee or something. We'll work that out with you, girlfriend, but we want to help your husband, and we'll rock and roll with you today. I'm happy to help Nichelle with you.
Can I see that question real quick? I always like to have a little 2 cents in there.
His jaw dropped. Why did your jaw drop?
When I join, can my hubby join under me? Yes. So what I would do
Yes.
is I would first yourself join in a silver pack and auto ship, and you can have 3 X39s, or you can mix and match your kit. You could do an X39, 2 Eons and 2 SP6s as an example. And then you would do 1 X39 the following month to keep your stem cells activated and your business activated. Then what you do is you put your husband in on that same silver pack and auto ship, and then you can pick his pack, and then you make $50 back on that pack that you just put in on your husband. Now your business is ready to go. Make a list of 10, and you and Nichelle just start sharing it. And now your next one comes in, and now you're building a business. I like to say you start by the product because it works.
Good.
Then you build yourself to getting your product paid for. Then you build yourself to financial safety. Then you build yourself to financial freedom and travel around the world. And that's, oh, I got chills. And that's what we do. We just go and work and play all year round now. And it is
a blessing.
It's a blessing. And we're helping so many people. So that could maybe be a roadmap. And you and Nichelle and Donna can kind of work that roadmap together. But no, in this team and in this business, you're never alone. We link arms and we do the work together. And I promise you, if you decide to build this business, we are, all of us work together.
And all it means build a business is help people improve their health. That's all it means. It's not like, oh my God, it's hey,
I'm laughing because Nichelle knows I'm a business freak. I got 9 already.
What did she just say?
I will pick up one more.
Going to pick up another business. You build multiple streams of income.
Awesome.
We love busy entrepreneurs.
Well, let's
Catherine.
make an appointment with you, Catherine.
Yes,
Nichelle and you, let's make an actual appointment so I can get with y'all and see what our goals are, and we'll move on from there. Okay.
Okay, I'm just working. I'm waiting on my my credit card right now. That's the only thing.
Okay. How about you put your phone number, if you don't mind texting your phone number in the, well, nobody's going to call you but me. Put your phone number in the chat. I'll write it down.
Okay.
And I'll text both you and Nichelle at one time, and then we'll decide to have a conversation and move on from there. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we have another question. What should we recommend for someone with ED issues? I don't remember what David Schmidt talks about because that's not one of my issues, but he has things he talks about.
I know what I would recommend.
All right, let's do it. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know, ED is blood pressure issues usually. And so, and also low testosterone. So the patches that David recommends for that would be, of course, X39, your stem cell activation, Eon for inflammation. Those are always your first 2. I like to call that your dynamic duo. It always starts with those, and then you layer. The next one you would layer is X49 because X49 drops blood pressure. So you're going to, by dropping blood pressure, it means that your blood actually flows faster,
So
to
it's stabilizing blood pressure.
and it elevates testosterone. So once again, it'd be X49, X39, and Eon for ED. And some people,
And that's a silver. That's the simplicity. That's a silver
Ex-
pack.
Oh, you could actually get one more patch. Let's think
Nope,
about what our fourth, no,
Not for
X39.
silver. Oh, yeah, one more A.
Yeah, or you could get one more Eon, or
And then-
some of the guys really like, this is what I've heard,
Mhm.
glutathione. Maybe because it detoxifies everything, so the flow's
Oh,
better.
That makes sense.
Or they like energy because it activates the mitochondria, so it activates
Mhm.
everything just to move faster. Am I
That
making
makes
sense?
sense. No,
So they go in between. So it's the men like, once again, X39, X49, Eon, and then for the silver pack, they rotate in and out. Either they pick glutathione if they have toxic issues,
Mhm.
or they pick energy if they want their like lymph and their flow
Yep.
to be faster.
That makes sense. And then what we'll do is in 5 weeks, we increase that account to a goal where we get additional anti-inflammatory and we would get additional glutathione, see how you're going, or energy enhancer. And we just keep rocking on. It's a progressive journey. This is progressive. That's why it's so awesome to start with a silver. It's so simple. And then for the monthly shipment commitment for your investment into your health, for that particular case would be X39, X49 together.
Mhm.
So you continue not only activating your internal critical organs, but also helping support the heart and all those.
And
other
let
things
me
as
talk
well.
about that real quick, because it's so important to know, like,
Thank
we
you,
always
Rachel.
recommend the pack to start with. Is the wholesale pack. You get the most for your money. It's cheaper. The $2.99 pack is silver, the $4.99 pack is gold, but then we recommend less for the auto ship, an X39, which is only $99 a month, or the performance X39, X49, which is only $169 a month.
discount.
So
Mhm.
we're not expecting like $2.99 every
That's
month or
right.
$4.99 every month. But what happens is then you get your own username, your own password, and then you get your own site. And now you're in control of your
That's
own
right.
orders. You're in control of your orders for yourself personally, and you're in control of your own business. But we just like to get you started on a mix in that pack that
Mhm.
really helps all the issues that you guys are asking about.
And we open up your account personally. So for instance, I'll work with Nichelle, Catherine, and your hub, and we will open up your account personally. We will assign a login and your password, and then we'll train you on how you use your own back office to make your own orders. That's how that will work. And it'll be a blessing. And I look forward to working with you both. Look at you, precious thing. I know I'm talking to you, Miss Catherine. Okay. What is okay. What about heart failure? Interesting. I have a gentleman who, the day after he had his heart surgery, he's like, I'm just waiting for my surgery so I can start on the patches. You know how some people be like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Do I want to do?
Right.
It's like, oh, this is light. Of course. I'm like, you go. And so he's been using these now for months and he's seeing tremendous progress and it's been a blessing. And so what would you recommend? I know what he's done, but what would you recommend?
So what I'd recommend for heart is, of course, once again, we always start with the dynamic dual,
Mhm.
X39 stem cell, Eon for inflammation. And then the two patches that support the heart would be X49, because X49 it activates the peptide AHK, which is the daughter peptide to GHK. And X39 and X49 are our two stem cell patches. So what
Activation patches.
what X4, activation patches. So what X49 does is AHK is mostly in the brain and in the heart. So you are activating your brain and your heart with X49. In addition, you are reducing blood pressure, and we have studies on that. And so X49 loves the heart, okay? And so does carnosine. Carnosine also lives in the brain and in the heart. So carnosine loves the heart as well. And so the difference between carnosine and X49, they're similar in that they love the heart. Carnosine, in addition, loves every organ, and it protects something called your telomeres, which is an indicator on your DNA. The length of your telomeres is how long you're going to live, so longevity.
Right.
And then X49, in addition, does some great things like burns belly fat, and it grows bones for women. So they're similar, but they each do some other pretty specific cool things. So once again, for the heart, X39 Eon, X39, X49 Eon, and carnosine, and that's a silver pack.
Excellent. We just start with that and then we progress. Help me understand how we recommend a specific patch for a specific problem that we know will help. Okay, so we're not diagnosing. We're making suggestions on the science that David Schmidt has talked about. And that science he has done in the lab. So he knows, so we're regurgitating only what he says. But guess what we love to do? we love to send you videos where David Schmidt talks about these things himself so that you can make your own decision on how you want to help yourself with the patches. That's how we don't diagnose, Mr. Carl. I love you. You're awesome.
And I would also say on that is I never use the word diagnose. I use, let me help repair. Let me help you with the symptoms of, and those are some great words, repair,
Rebuild.
and rebuild, repair, symptoms of, and now you're not diagnosing.
That's right. Repair, rebuild, renew, regenerate. And there's another I can't remember, somebody, if you know it,
remember
pop
that.
it in,
Dr.
pop it
Stacy
in.
talked about those back in the day.
I'm writing that down.
Repair,
Repair,
rebuild.
rebuild, regenerate, renew, and restore. Yes, the R's, the
Put those,
5
somebody
R's.
put those in chat. Rachel, put that in chat.
Yes,
That's good.
yeah.
I want that. Take a
Give
picture of
me-
that and put that in
Give me 30 minutes. to
Facebook or Evolve at some point.
Yeah, it'll probably be this afternoon, Miss Catherine. Will that be okay? I'm going to text you both. And then we're going to talk about a time because I'm going to be taking them to the airport. Okay, so I won't be able to just jet, but I will do my best. Okay. And
I'll look at
Rachel,
that.
can you
Great.
write down that number for me just in case I wrote it down wrong from Catherine for me, please? I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the number?
Catherine Johnson, it's in the chat. Oh, it's a direct message. Got it. Okay, I'm going to do this then because Donna has things. Awesome. I got it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Catherine. I'm definitely going to be texting you today, honey. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. All right, let's go. Repair, rebuild, regenerate, restore, and
Renew.
renew.
I
Yes.
missed the renew.
Yeah, we got a renew going on too. All right. I want to make sure we're
This is
catching
full fun
everything.
today.
I know. I love this. Is my favorite thing to do in the whole world is this kind of thing. Let's see. Thank you so much, Rachel. You're on it. Where do you place all these different patches? You know what?
Question.
That's a great question. Well, when you go out in the sun, we know we cover ourselves up because we have modesty, but honestly, our bodies are made of light. So technically, you can put the patches anywhere on your body that's not an open place, right? That being said, there were clinical trials done in very specific places because the FDA loves for us to have clinical trials to show that our science is solid. By the way, there's a 20-year patent on the glutathione. I don't know how long the glutathione one is, but there's patents on a number of our patches. And so that means they cannot be duplicated by other people technologically, okay? So you can technically put them anywhere, but the clinical trials were right here on this hump on your back. That is called the C7. And then a couple inches below your belly button. Why? There's an umbilical cord area there. So these are straight lines in our body that go to everywhere in our body. And that's near the gut. And most of our issues are in the gut anyway. So I hope that answers your question.
And I would love if you want to share screen, startx39now.com. I'll show them exactly where the diagrams are.
Let's do it.
And
Let's do
I'm
it.
sure that Catherine would love to know that site to review
Oh.
later today.
I know she would. Let's
So-
do that. Let me just make sure there's nothing else that was asked before I miss something.
And we could do that and then come right back to more questions too. if you
Yes.
want.
Can we get info on telomeres, changes in length with pasture one? You know what? That's a great question. I will, Rachel, could you write that down? I'm sure there's somewhere, there's science on that already that David has already done. And so you're welcome. I'll send you links to actually Tanya's site and I can show you where there's all those.
And I
those
can
kind of
even
things.
show on the Now site where they could go watch his video to learn that all for
Oh,
themselves.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to share screen. Give me just a minute if y'all don't mind. I'd say talk amongst yourself, but you know, that's probably not the best thing to say. One moment, please.
Mhm.
One moment, please. And awesome. Does take a little bit to navigate.
You're so good. I was just say, let's pop this up. And she goes, okay.
So let me go into share screen moment, y'all.
There
Here
it
we
is.
are.
Oh, this is amazing.
And I'm gonna make sure our, this is up and make sure.
So then-
Okay, can all of you see the screen before we continue? Can you see the screen and do you see for stem cell activation on your screen? Do you see that? Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay,
Let me
Marci,
just
you're in
take that-
charge.
let me
Here
do-
you go.
You roll it for me. So
Okay.
what you want to do if you're new, and that would be you, Catherine, and your husband, is take a look at the first video, scroll for a minute, this first video.
A second, I'm gonna hide the floating meeting controls, so they're
Oh,
not in
that's
my way.
wonderful.
All right.
And this first video is just how light works. Just take 2 minutes to watch it. And once again, write this website down, startx39now.com. And if you show this video to someone, then just tell them to do what I'm saying. So watch the first video and light, keep going down. Watch the second video on stem cell activation. It's only 3 minutes. In 5 minutes, you'll get a really good understanding. Then go down a little bit more. And then I like to just point out a few of the pictures because they're incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at this dog, for example. Can you pop the dog so we can see the dog in the light?
Didn't know you can pop and I come on here all
look
the
at that.
time. Oh
So
my gosh.
look at, I know, isn't that cool? So look at that doggy. He was symptoms of blindness, symptoms, and we renewed that.
Amazing.
And you can see the difference. And I believe you can X out. Is there an X out? This is the hard part. If you can't X out, where's the little X out? Is it, it should
Second,
be
please, I
right,
have to
right
cover
there.
that.
X that. There you go. Let's look at this lady next. This is a woman that's had symptoms of scoliosis. Look at her back. Look at her back now. And actually, I was at a party 2 days ago and we showed this picture. The woman turns to me. She goes, I have the same thing, but she had a new rod and she had a scar all the way down her back. She goes, I wish I would have learned about this before
Wow.
they just put a rod in me. So what did I do? X39 on an Alavita right down her scar. Anyway, I got chills on that. This woman, look at, she looks like grandmother and daughter. Donna, they're the same person. Let's X out. I'll show
That's
2 others.
precious.
Oh, this is amazing. Spinal stenosis. This is symptoms of.
Symptoms of.
We are regenerating. I
That's
love those
right.
3 words. This is the spine cord that is all crunched and now it has perfect flow. X out.
And notice it's
Mm-hmm.
got 2 years. So again, I just want to
Ooh, good point.
reemphasize, we're on a progressive journey. We're not going to wake up a year from now and go, these things aren't working. Well, yes, they're working on what's most important to you to stay alive. To
Mhm.
stay alive. Why? Because stem cells created us, so they want to live as much as we do.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mhm. Well, X out. Now go down a little bit, just 2 more. This is me. So this was Marci with breast, right after breast cancer treatment. I was very inflamed. Look at how nice the skin looks now. It's totally changed. We can X out. Oh, this one is amazing.
Yeah.
This is, look at this man, no hair, gray, hair, and black again. And
Oh my.
isn't that amazing? Okay, look at this.
This
She
is
looks
2 years or 3.
2 years. She looks 16 now.
It's
She looks
precious.
16. Okay, let's go ahead and X
I
out.
just want to make sure we're not, you don't have to, but
Well,
sometimes
I-
you're going to the very next one that I'm.
Oh, yeah, no, I just wanted to show the finger and
Got
then
it.
move on.
Okay, doke. Oh,
Um,
here we go.
There's the finger. So this is crazy. This little boy's finger got cut off. It then died and it grew back. And that is pretty crazy. There's so many good things here.
And now
Sometimes I
keep in
can't
mind,
stop.
guess what? So when you're little, you have the highest amount of stem cells. So what was happening? They activated those stem cells. I bet that thing was full of inflammation when that got cut off. I bet his body freaked out. And then activating that, what happened? It caused the body to go, oh no, we can fix it now. No more inflammation. That's my personal thought on that.
It
I'm not
totally makes sense
diagnosing.
because think about it. He was so little. So we just activated already really young stem cells.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's why he turbocharged
Yes,
everything. I've
and-
never thought of that.
yeah, I'm just trying to be practical because I don't want y'all to have unrealistic expectations. Your body is so smart and your body is so resilient and your body has a compassion even for you,
Mm.
but your body needs to be able to regulate itself. And many of us over a lifetime have had so many physical issues that we have had to turn to people that would give us things that would cause inflammation in this area, but fix this other area. So over time, if you allow your own body to do the work, your own body can make some real progress inside of you to actually repair you, regenerate you, renew you, restore you. But it takes a moment, especially when you're 60. Come on, I'm just saying.
Love that. And the last one I want to show is this back. Look at this woman.
Now,
This
what
is
was
the
this?
symptoms of psoriasis, but.
Really?
look
You
at
know,
that. Doesn't
I
it
have
look
seen this,
painful?
but I didn't know it was psoriasis, y'all. And I
Look
do
at
this
that.
full time. I'm so sorry, but I'm just being honest.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just want to take the time to
Bless
look
her
and
heart.
really
Do you-
understand what this is.
Do you know how that
Uh-huh.
must have made her feel on the inside? Not, I bet she felt so unpretty.
And it hurts.
And,
It's-
and that
it
too, but I'm just
hurts.
saying, can you
The
imagine?
whole
You
thing.
can't leave, they
Oh, I
see
know.
you, you feel like you're a leper.
Yes.
You know, and wow, that would have, you know what this restored? This restored her heart too. Think about it. It restored her physical body. And I bet she feels better about herself. I
bet so,
love that.
too.
That's
Yep.
precious to me. I'm sorry.
I just, okay, so let's keep going down. I love all those
Yeah.
pictures. I hope everybody enjoyed those pictures.
Yeah.
Look at this lady. I sometimes look at her neck. Look at her décolleté. Is that how you pronounce that? Look at that.
22, 22, 22, 20. So from January, 4 months.
Look at her neck now. I mean, is that the same woman?
Wow.
I know. Who doesn't want that neck
Where
now?
I'm in. And look, I've been doing, I mean, I don't have, go ahead and pick, I have to go back and look what I've got, but I've had a lot of issues disappear. I forgot to mention, I even had some age spots disappear by day 40, which was really, I didn't even expect it. I never took pictures.
Mm.
I still have some, but they were big splotchy.
Oh yeah, you're not splotchy anymore. Let's keep going down. I want to show a couple other things on the site for our folks.
Okay, here we
So
go.
if you love all of this and you still want to know more, keep going down.
Yes.
Then you could actually listen to our owner, inventor, and CEO, David Schmidt. This is 18 minutes, exactly how X39 technology works and the issues that they help. So keep going and we'll go to the very end because this
And
is.
it's only 18 minutes, y'all, and you hear straight from him. Don't go on the internet and listen to anybody else but him. I'm
Keep
just
going
saying.
down, all the way down. I just keep
Look
going.
at that, 100 patents.
Oh, I know,
Wow.
all of that stuff is great. Keep going. I just want to show the last piece for people. Keep going. The site is big, so you'll end up, if you love our stuff, you're going to love this. Now, back up. So this is what, so right here, I want to first show the product sheet. Open that. So what you can do, this is all of our products with a little paragraph in each and placements, recommended placements. So Donna said right below the back of the neck and under the belly button. But if you forget, these are the recommended placements. And here's the deal. You know, a lot of them go right below the back of the neck, but you can wear X39 and Eon next to each other, on top of each other, kissing each other. This is light. There's only one rule, 12 hours on to activate and repair and 12 hours off.
That's right.
And they all have their own 12-hour clocks. Some you can wear them during the day or at night. I wear some during the day and I wear some at night, right?
Yeah.
And so this is really interesting. And so if you forget, just go to this site, print this out, and you'll know exactly where you want to put the patches.
That's right.
So, and then there was the question that Carl had, I'll show where that is too for people. I just wanted you guys to be your own navigators. So I don't know if we can get out of that. Okay.
Can you see where we are
Oops.
again?
Are we good? Because if you can see it, look at this. These, if you scroll down, David, this is from David himself.
I need to make sure y'all can see because sometimes when you skip over, it's no longer there.
Okay.
Rachel, can you please tell me if you can see something that says in-depth knowledge of LifeWave patches? Sandy, can you see that on your screen? In-depth knowledge of LifeWave patches?
Yes, we are tracking with what you're seeing on the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
So this is David talking about our whole product line. And then if you go up, this is David talking about
This is it.
X39 for an hour, X49 for an hour. So the two that you want to look at regarding telomeres, Carl, is the patch on carnosine. And that talks about how carnosine protects your telomeres. Watch that video and then take him to please Alavita. Alavita talks about how Alavita can grow telomeres. So watch that video and you should get a good answer to that question. So I know, this is amazing.
This
I didn't know if you
probably
even
needs
knew
to
this.
have
This
little
was,
cross across.
well, it's going to come back in 3 months.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And I don't want to take that out because I want to keep it
Yeah,
in the
I
energy field
appreciate
of
that.
yes, the
Yeah.
yes field. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show on the site.
That's
folks.
amazing. I want to just say quickly, I know we're talking a lot, but we'll do this again. I want to say that our company first started 2004, 2005 with helping the Navy SEALs because David Schmidt was asked to create something for them. And what was created was this called the Energy Enhancer. This is one of my personal favorite patches. It increases mitochondria. It helps your body with things like digestion, removing reflux and things of that nature. And so I love this one. I wear this on a daily basis. And so let me get out of here and go back to where we were. Gonna stop sharing now. We're gonna come back to y'all and revisit. Let's see. Stop share. Yay. Y'all are being so good, so patient. Is this okay with y'all? Okay, awesome. Let me get back up here and let me see what's happening. Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, yay. All right. I'm very familiar with telomeres. Good, good, good. Thank you, Rachel. Can't wait to hear about autism treatment so I can share with my 24-year-old neighbor, especially effect on his. You know what's so interesting is because we don't diagnose, treat, or prescribe anything for autism, I can say it's very, very interesting when you research autism to see what's happening on the inside of the brain. Many people have issues in the brain. So there are many things we can do to help the brain function better. And I believe that Marci has a testimonial about her son who does have a diagnosis of autism, and how they as a family have helped him and how he enjoys using the patches as well.
Absolutely. So my son was diagnosed with autism, symptoms of autism.
Thank you.
At 2.5, and now he's 24. So we've done a lot, like gluten casein-free diet, antifungals. We had a big ABA program, that's applied behavior analysis with CARD, and we had therapists come to the house every day, 40-hour-a-week program.
Didn't you stop what you were doing just to help your son?
To retrain the brain? Yeah, you had to, because we were doing a very intensive home
It's
program.
amazing.
But even with that, we got him so far, right? And then puberty, and he got symptoms of OCD. Like it's not an easy thing. And so at 24, he has good days and bad days. And but when he comes into I always know that he likes the patches, because I have my office and I have this little box with a lot of patches. And every morning I come, they're throwing all over the place. And the things don't rip out nicely. They just go rip out, you know, and there's nothing there, right? Like it's pretty funny. But then I see him in the house, and he has, well, he actually usually does this at night, and he throws them all across his forehead. Why? Because it's easy. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's easy. He just go boom, boom, boom. And what does he put on? I asked him, I go, what patches work for you? Because he gets an OCD, symptoms of OCD loop. It's kind of a self-stim, but it's a little more different than when they're young. When they get older, it manifests a little different. But he uses X39 stem cell, Eon for inflammation, glutathione for detox, and his other favorite one is Silent Night. And Silent Night is no joke.
Something with the melatonin.
Well, listen, I did not understand why he loves it. Well, until I watched the video.
Okay.
Silent Night first turns into serotonin,
Oh,
and then into melatonin. And serotonin is the neurotransmitter that keeps you from looping in the brain.
oh my gosh,
And-
that's amazing.
And then melatonin will put you to sleep and is really good for the immune system. And he tells me Silent Night's his favorite.
wow.
So those are his four. So he does X39,
Wow.
Eon, glutathione, and Silent Night. And he usually wears it right on his forehead, and he goes to sleep every night. And then he
That's
wakes up and he's more, he always says he goes to bed because night times are the worst. So he starts his spin at night, and then he puts those on. He'll go to bed, and he always wakes up in the morning. He goes, I wake up in the morning, reset, and then the day goes on. And by the end of the day, he's kind of spinning again. So we just do our best, right?
You know what?
It's a process. It's
If
a process.
If you think about for a minute, how we live, we have symptoms of things that we address so that we can function, right?
Mm.
So if he didn't have this, which is, in my opinion, the most natural thing there is on the planet, you go out in the sun causes your own body to react by creating vitamin D. That's the most natural thing that's been created. This is such a similar technology that otherwise there are so many other things that he has access to that he would have to use that may or may not be good for his body. It's the same thing with all of us and our symptoms. All of us have things that we are trying to band-aid while we're on the way to our body actually repairing. You do what you got to do where you're on the way to where you go, so you can function, live, and have some joy and do your job or whatever you got going on. So this, to me, This is not a Band-Aid. It just looks like a Band-Aid.
And I got something on this.
Go, rock it, rock it.
So it was so amazing. Jan and I were at the coffee shop 2 days
Jan,
ago.
come say hi real quick.
So we're
Just
at
say
the
how much-
we're at the coffee shop and this man comes up to me, and goes, I'm coming to the event, Marci, and I want to thank you. I said, thank me for what? Here's Jan.
This is
Hi. We're all together here.
They're both from California together. They're buds.
Anyway, we got a little crew of women here at the hotel in Houston, but anyway, so this man says to me, you gave your testimonial about your son at the San Antonio event, and I want to thank you. And I don't always give my son's testimonial. And I said, oh, well, what happened? He goes, oh my gosh, I brought an X39 and an Eon to my friend whose son is young with symptoms of autism. And I said, well, what happened? And he goes, well, I gave it to my wife and we put one on my son. And of course, kids with symptoms of autism are sensory, so they don't like things on their skin. True. So the mom got a headache and the son was like freaking out over the skin. So the mom said, no, this doesn't work. I got a headache. Son's not happy. Takes them all off.
Oh, they
Okay.
were working. Go
So
ahead.
wait, so it gets better. The story gets better. So a few days later, the husband, I hope I can say this online, the husband's still wearing it. He goes to his friend, my wife won't wear it. My son won't wear it. The husband goes, you know what? It has a 3-inch radius of light. Just sneak it on your son on the clothes on his back. He'll never know. And by God, he did. And all of a sudden the son started saying words. I am not kidding. The son started making his first freaking meal, like put all the stuff in the cup and shook it up. The wife came to the husband and said, what have you done? Look at our son. He said, what have you done? And he's like, well, honey, I've been sneaking that patch on his t-shirt. Now the whole family's wearing the patch. I got chills. It made my day. That's how important our stories are, because stories can help somebody. So anyway.
That's right. And his body needed to regulate something. So there's another question. What is the patch protocol for psoriasis? Which we do not give patch protocols, but you know what? What's so interesting? No matter what is happening in your body, the same system is used to help your body, no matter what it is. Why? Because your body needs to regulate. So we need to regulate the inflammation. We need to regulate toxicity. So what would you say would be a great way to start
for the
addressing
symptoms of psoriasis? The symptoms of that is usually toxins trying to get out of your body. And so of course we start with the dynamic dual, X39 and Eon, and then you would want to add the patches that pull toxins out of the body, which would be glutathione, which is your master detoxifier and your master antioxidant, and Alavida, which also pulls, it reduces something called oxidative stress, which is all those free radicals that are destroying your skin. Also, X39 and Alavida rebuild what? Collagen, which is your biggest connective tissue in your body. And if your collagen gets all juicy again, it's going to help soften all the symptoms of psoriasis. So you want to repair, you want to pull out the toxins and glutathione is the puller outer of fungus, mold, toxins, bacteria, virus, metals. And I think symptoms of psoriasis is just an overload of all that.
And you know how you know? It's because the skin, I have one holistic doctor who said the two things. One is the skin, it comes out of the skin when it wants to get out.
Yes.
And the other thing she said, very interesting, she uses the patches, she's on the patches, she helps people. But she said sometimes when it's coming out of your skin, you're at the last phase of your body repairing. So you just have to be cognizant of what's happening. So the body wants to repair. So I think the instructions say to use glutathione when you first start, maybe 1 to 3 times a week at the first. Same thing with carnosine, by the way, 1 to 3 times a week only, because how your body reacts so quickly. And so this way, remember, it's a progressive journey. It's not a one-stop shop. It's progressive, and they all look the same. The patches all look alike.
And the reason I wanted to show this, because glutathione's no joke, and you will detox with glutathione. Drink plenty of water. And if you're having a detox with any of these patches, just
wasn't that the headache?
the headache was a detox. So what she should have done, is done a half of a patch and put the half of
Would
a
you
patch
explain
on.
what a half patch means? Because most people
Yeah.
think that that's half patch. You mean use it for half at the time.
So, but
6
both.
hours.
So you use half of a patch for half the time. half the patch for half the time. So never cut the crystal or it won't work. And so, for example, if you're getting a detox, you can titrate up on like X39 or glutathione and just wear for 3 hours for that.
But you
day.
need to explain what
And
half
then-
patches,
and
because
the
some of
next
them don't
day-
even know what they look like.
and the
We need to
next-
Take the adhesive off half.
Go ahead.
No,
Show-
no, do it. I just want you, because she's going, what are you talking
I
about?
know,
Half a patch.
so do it. Show.
You see how you have the
put
patch
mine
on? It goes what, 3 inches? Is that what he said? It's like 3 inches go. If you take half the adhesive off,
There you go.
then you can use the other half of the adhesive the next
There
day
you
when
go.
you use the other 6 hours. Just trying to bring clarity, because
Mhm.
it's very interesting. Stem
Mhm.
cell, oh, your stem cells in, what, you take half the patch, you only use half?
Yeah.
So there it's clear. Sorry, I interrupted you.
You did wonderful. So that just allows you to, so Eon is the gentle giant, you won't detox, but glutathione, a lot of people have detox and sometimes on X39. So if there's detox, just tell them to wear it for less time. And if they want to save on their patch, then you do what Donna said, just wear half of it to save the other half for tomorrow. And then you're not wasting your money if you need to titrate up.
That's amazing. We forget the simple things. We make it, oh my God, I've got a headache. Well, hello. You get a headache when you go outside and the sun's too bright. So there's
What's
nothing
going
going
on
on
here?
that's bad.
What's that on the psoriasis? What happened? Did she
We
have
already
pain too?
went through.
And pain and terrible shots.
Yeah,
She-
that's talking about
You
the
should talk about
child.
ice wave for pain. A lot of people don't understand how well we can get control of pain naturally now.
Ice Wave is one of the patches, and it's a 2-system patch. And it's got a positive and a negative charge, basically, not a charge, positive, negative parts of your body. And so what they do is it breaks the circuit of pain inside the body. That's what it does. And we can show you how to do that when you get that for your loved one. There's the two, just Energy Enhancer is also a 2-system patch.
I'm using this for ice wave because I have no. I'm sorry, don't look at this. So for example, on ice wave, you put the brown patch on the pain spot. Where do-
Left side of the body usually.
So I'm just gonna do a simple one. Let's say her shoulder is killing her.
And you can
I'd
put
say-
it on my skin.
I would
or
say,
on-
she
you
would
don't put it on
say,
my skin.
where does it hurt the most? And right here, and I would put the brown patch right where it hurts the most. And I put the white patch.
And I don't take off the adhesive on the white patch at all anymore. I just move it around until
Well,
I
I-
find it and then put it on. It
well,
looks awesome.
Awesome, but what I usually do just for a simple training is just say, there's where it hurts the most. Now it radiates down her arm to here, so then I do that. And then I'll do an X39 and an Eon right between, and it's
Oh,
calling
awesome.
Pop the Spot of Pain.
Love it.
That is your pain and repair protocol. So then you would do an Eon, because remember, what's our dynamic dual? Eon and X39. So what am I doing right now?
Do you know
I'm
that I don't
popping the
ever
spot
feel
of
the
pain.
patches, but do you know, I feel that, and that is very odd to me.
Here it is right there.
Wow.
That I have another story. Now, of course, that for the autistic son, that's what they did. They just put it right on the skin. I mean, on the shirt. We were at this party
Wow.
yesterday or 2 days ago, and we were talking about popping the spot of pain, just like I popped Donna. We did ice wave. We bookended her pain. And then we repaired it with X39 and Eon. This is popping the spot of pain. This gentleman was sitting down and we said, does anybody want me to pop the spot of pain? And this guy raises his hand. He goes, I was what's those guys called that kick each other in the big cages? One of those wrestler
A
guys.
fighter?
What are those?
Rachel knows. Look at you. What is-
Those guys
What?
that, the.
Idiot,
Those fighters.
idiots,
What'd you say?
sorry, idiots.
Idiot?
What is it? So anyway.
Mixed martial arts, MMA.
MMA, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
MMA guy. And he goes, I got hurt so bad that my whole spine compressed. He goes, I have pain that's at an 8 and I have nerve damage and I have nerve damage all the way down my legs and I cannot work out anymore because it causes so many problems. I go, let's pop your spot in front of 30 people. He rips up his shirt. I go, where do you hurt the most? And he shows me it was right on his lower back. And I knew I had to go all the way down right above his butt crack. I said, can I do that in front of people? He goes, yeah. And I pop him. And then I did an X39 and an Eon and I popped that lower back. And then we went on our meeting and in 2 minutes, he raises his hand. He goes, this is the weirdest thing, but I don't have tingles in my legs. I always have tingles in my legs. I have no tingles. We got his nerve pain. And then an hour later, we're all having salad and he walks out, he goes, I just lifted weights for the first time in like forever. And he was so happy.
That is so precious. Oh my God.
So that popped the spot of pain is great because they had that pain question.
That's so precious. No, that's so precious.
Precious.
What are renewing good cholesterol? Listen, it's a systemic approach. Everything's X39, AON, glutathione, ever so often. And over time, your body starts to regulate. Over time, your body starts to take care of those things. And I bet SP6 probably works with cholesterol. Don't know.
I don't know
Anyway,
about that one, but I
It's
would
still
say
progressive. It's always progressive. Like somebody says, what do I do to lose weight? I said, we have patches that help that, but nobody can tell you to put down the fork but you. I'm just saying, there's some practical things happening inside the body while you're working through the patch system, which also changes your body. It was a year, well, it's about, actually it was about 7 months. And before that, I couldn't even get out of the bathtub alone. I had to have help getting up out of the bathtub that year of COVID, or the year before COVID. Do you know that after I started the patches, I woke up one day and realized, wait, I feel like I could go to the gym. Why? Because my body was progressively repairing. My mind was getting to a new place where I actually even felt like I could do something that had more exertion. It's a progressive journey and it's worth the journey.
and I would say for cholesterol, I'd recommend X39, Eon, X49. And the more I think about SB6, it'd be SB6 because X49 reduces blood pressure, which is going to help cholesterol. And SP6 is going to control the sugars, which would probably form cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I like those four. And
That
that's a
makes
silver
sense.
pack.
That makes
Mhm.
sense. Yes, Carl, get with Tanya and y'all get with me and we'll make an appointment to talk with your friends that have symptoms of autism so they can understand the progressive journey. And we can also get them set up on Telegram in the Evolve testimonial so that they can look up and hear stories before we ever talk. So they can already have some information on even how the patches work, so that they can have even a desire to move forward or have hope again. Let me just see what else is happening. I want to make sure we cover everything. We're doing our best to get to all the stories, all the questions you have. Who can show them? We would be able to do that. I know that what I would do is when we're finished, if you'll, Tanya, and you will text me, we'll send you the recording so your friends can hear this recording. This specific recording regarding Marci's actual testimony of her own child who has symptoms of autism.
I'd like this recording too. Can we put this on Evolve? This
Absolutely.
is some good stuff.
Absolutely. Happy to. We'll put it out there. Let's see 2 more messages. Let's see what's happening. We're trying to not be so clinical, but have fun, but also really helping y'all know this is not rocket science. As a matter of fact, we have the scientists, so we don't have to be the rocket scientists. We have, oh, really? Well, that's very interesting. We will discuss, we'll talk about your conference and see if we can help your community, Carl. It'd be our honor to help you. You're welcome, Nichelle. It's been fun. Catherine, I've got your phone number. And if I, for some reason, can't find it, which I will, I wrote it down. Nichelle will get it to me. I'm going to text both of you and we'll have a convo. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Yep. Good job. Good job. Listen, Lifeway Corporate YouTube channel, I do appreciate that. And I definitely think that that's important. And so anyone here, whoever listens to this video, I want you to talk to the person that you have been talking with about the patches. Okay, you talk to that person. If you cannot get a hold of them, you're welcome to contact me, but I want the name of the person you're working with so we can help you open up an account with them so they can help you in your journey. Okay. All right. So, yes. And when you go on YouTube, I just want to tell you, when you go on YouTube, there's some crazy stuff out there. And I'm going to tell you one example and then we got to go. I had a distributor contact me, a wholesale account contact me and say, listen, I saw that you're supposed to put water on the adhesive to make it work better. And I said, you saw what? Said, it said I should put water on the adhesive to make it work better. And I said, let me ask you a question. Why would it make sense to put water on adhesive to have to stick to your skin or your t-shirt for it to work better? She goes, well, I don't know, but that's what I saw. I said, could you please send me that link? I'm just curious. So she sent me this link. 9 out of the 10 things on this website were literally error. They said we had no science. We have over 80 clinical trials. we have 130 patents. We have 70 patents in regenerative medicine. I'm telling you, do not just go to YouTube and put something in. Put in David Schmidt's name, SCHMIDT, and the patch you want, or contact one of us that you see here so we can lead you into the truth instead of going on the internet. Well, I found on Google, this doesn't work. No. There's a lot of bogus things. There's jealous people out there who don't like technology. There's people that have their own thing going on. Stay with David Schmidt. He will not lead you astray. We could make a rhyme. Do it the life way. Okay. Okay. We got to go, y'all. Let's just a second. You're welcome. Yes, everyone can get a copy. I'm going to put this in the Be Stronger Longer group. We're going to put it on the Telegram group, and it's our blessing. It's our honor. Yes, ma'am.
Tell them how to save the chat. Those three dots down at the bottom.
There is a dot at the bottom
And it says more.
where it says more,
Click on it.
and you can click on it and you can save the chat. Good idea. I actually, yes, it's kind of ugly looking, but it is there. A former Dallas Cowboy, my prayer partner, dear buddy, terrible back pain and brain problems. Well, you know what? I'm happy to talk with you about that, Carl. Listen, I just saw Dr. Stacy, I think, put in the Evolve group, an 85-year-old senior director. Senior director, what's that mean? It doesn't mean he's senior, although we know he's a senior. That means that this gentleman went from being binary qualified, having one on the left, one on the right, to being a manager, to continue to add until he helped someone else become a manager on his left. He helped somebody else become a manager on his right. And then, oh my goodness, they took off until he became a senior director. Do you know what kind of work that is? 85-year-old gentleman. Just know, Carl, you're in good company, honey. And he's earning income along the way. Okay, we are done. Gosh, I'm Donna Reiners. This is Marci Preble.
Happy to be here.
If you are in this chat, if you're in this room and you have a wholesale account, if you're not in the Evolve Facebook group, you need to be. But you need to put in your ID number. And if you don't know where that is, please get with the person who sponsored you so they can tell you where it is, because without it, I will deny you. Why? Because you can read, it asks a simple question. Put the answer in there. But if ever anybody says Marci did it, then I just say yes, 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 yes.
It's all good.
Anyway, we bless you guys. If you have any other questions, you can private message me, 281-948-5642. Nichelle, you're so sweet. What you got to say, honey? No, speak. What? Tell me.
No, I just wanted to say thank you both.
You're awesome. That's what I wanted you to say. Go ahead. You're good. Anybody got anything?
Thank you.
Love you guys. This is a blessing, y'all. Do you know that this is so life-changing? And if you don't have the recording to Saturday, and if you're in our group, the Be Longer Stronger, and also Evolve, I put them there. We have the testimonials from that day.
Oh,
I'm
that's going
telling
to be
you,
great.
They're going to blow your mind. I mean, there is one lady whose daughter, I believe, had for 42 years had not moved her arm. And the involvement of the patches caused her arm to outstretch. Why? Because her body responded. Her body said, hey, this needs to be repaired. And her body was able. Her body did what it needed to repair that so her body can even move. I'm telling you, if you're not helping your neighbors and your friends, you might have missed a great opportunity to help people with their health. So please try to do that. Make your list of 10.
Yep.
And we rock on. Anyway, blessings.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye. We got to go. They got to go.
Thank you. Blessings.
I can figure what I'm doing. Hi, Miss Catherine. Bye, honey. Look at this. Bye-bye. Stop recording.
Stop laughing. There you go.